Mr Deputy Speaker, when I asked my constituents if they could fix but just one thing, what would it be? The vast majority respond in a time period that cannot be measured. Fix the traffic. The area I represent is a beautiful, in fact the most beautiful part of the world, and attracts millions of tourists every year. But people's lives are being made— the member for Chifley often flies over it, Mr Deputy Speaker, but people's lives are being made miserable by spending hours each week sitting in traffic. If peak periods, it can take hours to get onto the peninsula and across the Spit Bridge and through Mona Vale Road. The Northern Beaches to North Sydney corridor has seen nearly 5,000 hours of delay this year so far, with Mona Vale Road commuters suffering over 7,000 hours worth of delays this year. That makes the southbound Mona Vale Road route the fourth most congested in Sydney. But this issue is not just a matter of convenience. My constituents are spending hours each day sitting in traffic instead of spending that time with their families. We must ask ourselves as representatives, if we truly care about the welfare of the people we represent, then we must do everything we can to help people spend less time sitting bumper to bumper on busy roads and more time with their families. Improving roads, including widening and repaving, building new infrastructure like tunnels and bypasses, and improving public transport are all ways which we can help people. Mr Deputy Speaker, state governments of the past have failed the Northern Beaches, have failed Sydney and have failed New South Wales. We have fallen behind the rest of the world for infrastructure development. The Northern Beaches are decades behind where it should be, thanks to the Carr-Keneally Labor governments, which cancelled more infrastructure projects than they actually started. The Northern Beaches got nothing in terms of infrastructure for over a decade other than increased housing targets. At a federal level, the government's $4 billion urban congestion fund is going a long way to alleviating traffic congestion and removing pinch points in our road system. And I know Western Sydney have benefited greatly from this. The federal government have committed $50 million to the construction of Beaches Link Tunnel, and recent announcements prove that the project is moving in the right direction. However, the tunnel is not enough. We need more roads widened, better public transport, as well as new and innovative transport solutions. There should also be an investigation into an east-west link between Dee Why and Chatswood, as well as Macquarie Park and Mona Vale. This could be in the form of a metro rail link or trackless trams. It is something that is being rolled out across China and could be a credible option for major cities in Australia. The evidence is in, the B line is helping, but in the next 10 years it will reach crush capacity and we will be in yet another position of failure. Following the released Infrastructure Australia report, it is evident that simply adding more buses cannot solve our congestion problems, which is why we need to look to other transport solutions, not more regulation that would place more of a hindrance on people's lives, but smarter regulation and smarter policies. The government must look at other innovative solutions to alleviating traffic congestion. A few months ago, I met with Tom Petrovsky from Southern Cross Drones, who told me of his company's ability to transport medical supplies from Mona Vale Hospital to the new Northern Beaches Hospital, currently done by vans multiple times per day. A drone would not only mean less expense, would not only mean less traffic, would not only get the blood test back to the patient and doctor faster, it would also reduce the number of vehicles on the road per trip, but also less pollution and more cost-effective and faster. We've also seen in Melbourne trials dates announced for Uber Air. These solutions are not fanciful, they are innovative and they are here now. Alleviating traffic congestion is not just a matter of convenience, but also one of environmental sustainability. If we can get more cars off the road through shorter travel times and diverting commuters onto more sustainable mass transport options, we will also reduce our greenhouse gas emissions. The Northern Beaches have been neglected for long enough. It's time that they get their fair share, and I will continue to advocate strongly on this issue.